Welcome back to the Maelstrom, everybody. We've got another Dropzone Commander battle report for you today. United Colonies of Mankind against my debut playthrough with the Post-Human Republic. 2,500 points. We are starting at the top. We're going to work our way through the missions. This one is going to be Targets of Opportunity. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, the first mission. So, objective in the large building and the small building, or medium building on each side. Same thing over there, large building and normal building. And then the two skyscrapers and the big building in the center. Hold objectives. 2,500 points, battle size game. Be right back with the armies. First off, we have the UCM, 2,500 points. Josh is going to walk us down his.
So for my field command battle group, I've got a Kodiak with a level 5 commander, that's a general in it. 4 Wolverine A's and a Ferrum drone base. Then for my first armored formation, I have 6 Katanas in a squad. They're going to be rolling on from the board edge. For their support, we have 3 Fireblade tanks in a Condor with missile pods and an Eagle gunship. Then for my second armored formation, I have 2 squads of 3 Sabres in Condors with missile pods. And for their support, I have 3 Longbows in Raven Bees with missile pods. Then for my first Legionnaire Corps, I have 2 squads, 3 stands of Legionnaires apiece, and they're in Bear APCs and they're sharing a Condor. And for their support, I have 3 Rapiers in a Condor that also has missile pods. Then for my Light Infantry Legionnaire Corps, I have 2 squads, 2 stands apiece in Raven A's. Their support is 3 Rapiers in a Condor with missile pods. For my Expeditionary group, I have a squad of Praetorian Snipers in a Raven A and a squad of Praetorians in a Raven A. And then for my Air Wing, to round out the list, I have 2 individual Archangels.
So there it is, the UCM, 2,500 points. Next up, we have the Post-Human Republic contribution to warfare today. Got a little bit of a clash of colors going on as I am trying to work my way through my finicky mind and figure out a paint scheme. For our first group, Command, we have a Grand Vizier, or Supreme Vizier, whichever one it is, Command 6, with 3 Inyos in his squad. They're walking on from the edge. We've got 2 Tritons with the Skyhammer missiles with 4 drones. And then we have 2 bases of Sirens. Their Triton has the machine guns and the missile batteries. We have, for our first infantry group, 2 groups of Immortals, not Legionnaires, with Juno A1s, and they're in a Neptune. For my air wing, I have an Athena, a single. My heavy group is a Hades. I actually ordered the wrong one. I meant to get both, but I have a Nemesis. He's standing in as a Hades. He is in a Poseidon, and he is joined by 2 Odins and a Neptune. For my main standard group, I have 2 Phobos Walkers, which are in a Neptune. Then I have 4 Ares Walkers, which are in 2 more Neptunes. My other infantry group is 2 groups of 2 Immortals in Triton A's, with 4 Apollo A's in 2 Neptunes as their support. Then I have 2 Phobos Walkers, standard choice, walking on alone. And they are walking on from the board edge. So that is the PHR, 2,500 points. Be back as turn 1 rolls to its conclusion. Turn 1 has rolled to an end. Both of us demoed the medium building in the other's deployment zone. Because of activations, however, I did have all of my infantry in here. So I lost a Juno and 4 bases of Immortals. To the Katanas firing. They did 15 or 16 and the dropships finished it off. Sabres dropped heavily to this flank to attempt to thwart these guys moving in on the commander. The Odin squad moved in half distance to respond to wherever the drop was and did not get out. Ares did drop out in the street to counter the Rapiers that have dropped out here to form a cordon. We have a squad of Phobos here and a squad of Phobos here, along with the Hades Walker. We brought on our light infantry, our Sirens, and our drones on the big building. The Praetorians moved up to this building to start getting into it. Terrible luck on his snipers here. Took 7 points on the building and lost 4 snipers. Like I said, splashed that building, splashed that building. So that is the end of turn 1. Obviously no points yet. We will be back following turn 2. Alright, turn 2 is over. Everything's shunted around, skidded around along the front here. The Odins dropped out behind the building here. The Hades moved over, fired his weapons here, scored tons of damage points. He did almost all of that by himself. Had a couple of stealth missiles to help along the way. Between all of the drop ships, the surviving Huntsman cannon, and the other drop ships here, we fired into this building along with the Inyos, and we did it 27 damage points, so it has 13 left. AA slid over, went into reaction to wait because he got one flyer and I got the Athena this turn. We did shoot up 2 drones. The drones made a mad dash for the home line, fired on the Phobos while in reaction fire, and were able to down 2. So they are in position to start doing their damage. Eagle moved up, fired on one of the Phobos there in the open. Did it 1 damage point, but White Nano machines from the Hades corrected that problem. Apollos slid over here into the street, fired on these rapiers and did nothing. They slid over after the Ares fired and killed one of them. So I think that was it. Oh, and then down here, the Praetorians jumped out into this building. The Athena ran down this corridor on Super Cruise, destroyed this thing, survived the intercept, and survived fire from them. And this guy was just out of range. So I think I have found a new fast mover. All of you who watch this regularly know that I hate the Shaltari fast movers. I think me and the Athena might be in love. So turn 2 in the books, turn 3 coming up. One short thing that I forgot to mention, the Immortals did find the objective here. One squad loaded up and took it off the table. The other squad moved here along with the Sirens and the drones, which also picked up. They are moving towards this center area. So right now it is 2-0 in favor of the PHR. Turn 3 has ended. The PHR unloaded Sirens and Immortals into here. He did roll a 6 for the objective on his first occupation roll, and got the objective out, killed 4 Sirens with Falling Masonry. All the Falling Masonry hit them and rolled kind of pooey for their passives. The bulk of the army swung this way, shot this building up, and managed to kill all the Immortals before they found the objective. The Athena crossed here, missed with all 6 shots, and then was shot down by a Archangel with Ace in the making, scored a hit and rolled a 6. Lost 1 Apollo on this flank from the Sabres moving around the end. We did manage to destroy this building with the Inyos and a couple of drop ships, so we brought it down before the objective could get out. The objective from that building is back here, moving towards the board edge. I think that's it. The drones moved in here. We played quick thinking and destroyed all but 2 of them. They fired on the Phobos, scored another point, but it bounced off of White Nano machines again and was repaired. Lost a point on that Huntsman cannon armed Juno. I think that was about it. The Hades did roll pretty hot that turn, knocked 6 points out of that building, finished those guys off, rolled his railguns and destroyed the 2 lead Wolverines, or railguns, chain guns rather. Fireblades did disembark there to flame in the upcoming turn, so that is where we are. Also, these rapiers went down. One of them was destroyed by the Apollos, and the other was destroyed by the Ares block. So that is turn 3. Turn 4 coming up. Turn 4 is in the books. Last Raven A infantry swung out here to take this building. Inyos and the Zeus put 19 points on the building, killed everybody with Falling Masonry. 2 more of the Walkers went down in the street, got doubled out and wrecked. His fast movers crossed the street here. One of them crashed my Triton, which I accidentally pulled off. I didn't leave it as a wreck. It was destroyed, and he rolled a 6, killed that last Immortal on board. The second Archangel tried to cross, the one carrying the final Apollo here. Did 1 damage point, but both of them were shot down by the, you can't see them from here. Yep, there they are. Shot down by the Phobos in the backfield. To start the turn, we played a countermeasures hack, fired these Phobos downfield at the Raven A, destroyed it in 1 base. Some missiles killed a couple more guys. They handed the objective off to a bear, which then left the table with it. So that's 2 points for the UCM. Lost 1 more Wolverine here to the chain guns from the Hades. Hades fired and destroyed all 3 fire blades with his tail cannon, but before he did, they played a quick thinking and killed the Sirens and 9 of the 10 Immortals in the building. And their lone survivor was that guy who got shot down in the street. So not a good turn for the PHR infantry, to be sure. Killed 1 Saber, or one rapier rather, with one of his sabers. We played weapons hack on 2 of them. One fired and destroyed, or no, it destroyed this katana. We destroyed that rapier with Aries shooting through the gap. So we got one of the katanas, one of the rapiers, and then this entire block of sabers went up. One went down to, I don't remember what killed that third one. The first 2 went down to Odin's firing across the street through the gap. We did lose one Aries. It got hit by a E10 round from the artillery and rolled a 6, cored it and killed it. So tons of casualties, 2 to 2. Looks like this one's probably going to end up going to kill points, but we've got 2 more turns to fight it out. We will see what happens. PHR can't get to any objectives, and I don't think the UCM can either. So it looks like we're just going to go to punching each other in the face. We will be back after turn 5. Turn rolls to an end and not nearly as much slugging. The UCM disengaged and withdrew for the most part. Fired here trying to kill that. It did run away and take a white nanomachines hit, so it is back in shape. Doubled another freaking Aries out, hit it with a cannon or with a howitzer and rolled a 6. So lost another one of those. Moved my fleet of dropships this way, shelled this building. Tried to get the Hades around to fire through the gap at the Fairham, but I'm just out. It's going to come down to initiative and then some super hot rolling on my part to wreck that thing out. It ain't going to happen, but I'm going to give it the old PHR try. Lost one rapier here. That was more spot killing than anything else. That was about it. Eagle took 2 damage points from the 2 Phobos, slid out of their web, unfortunately, and landed back here behind the building to be hidden behind this wrecked out structure. So that is the end of 5. We're going to roll out 6 and come back to you with the results. That is it. The fat lady is singing. The objectives tied 2 to 2, and PHR came out squeaked by victorious 989 to 545 on kill points. Last turn, this lead Odin took a shell from the Kodiak. The one in the middle survived. The one on the front was doubled out and destroyed. The Aries in the back was destroyed by 2. These Ravens rolled 2 6s and destroyed the Aries in the back. My poor Aries had a rough game. This last rapier was destroyed on initial activation by the Odins, giving us the points for them. The big one, though, was Hades swung out here, fired through the gap from his main cannon, and destroyed the Fairham drone base. Needed 4s to hit it because it was obscured for the building. 2 hits, assisted targeting, rolled a 3rd hit. We doubled on 2 and caused a damage point on the 3rd one, so wrecked it out and finished him. That is into the game. Post-game thoughts are going to be a little skewed. This was just a crazy, straight-up slugfest and lots of fun along the way. We will, as always, have army lists and after-action reviews at the blog. The link will be in the description below. We would appreciate a like and a subscribe if you guys are interested in seeing more videos. Keep your eye on the PHR. I'm going to be painting them. Eventually, I'm going to settle on a paint scheme. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. We're driven by your views, and we appreciate and are humbled by the fact that you enjoy watching us play a game. So, as always, thanks for watching. PHR emerged with a slight victory in this first time on the field, and we will catch you all next time. Thanks for spending some time with us today at the Maelstrom.